My mom's here because I need a formal dress.
Last show.
Ready to rumble? 10,
Last show, guys. Good luck, have fun.
7, 6.
Good afternoon and welcome to LTCC News. I'm Alyssa Bianca.
And I'm Jackie Lopez. Our top story this week is an update on the Poughkeepsie kayaker who went missing on April 19th. What was initially reported as a tragic accident now appears to be more sinister. Angelica Graswald has been charged with second-degree murder in connection with the disappearance of Vincent Villafore, a few weeks after she claimed to be the survivor of a kayak disaster that resulted in police search. Major Patrick Regan announced her arrest.
New York State Police at Montgomery and the Orange County District Attorney's Office announced the arrest of Angelica Griswold, age 35, from Poughkeepsie, New York, for murder in the second degree.
Last month, Graswald called 911 claiming that Villafore's kayak had capsized after the pair went to the Hudson near Cornwall. However, after weeks of searching, he is now presumed dead. Graswald was arraigned in New Windsor Town Court and held without bail.
The leader of New York State Senate, Dean Skelos, and his son were arrested on Monday by federal authorities on extortion, fraud, and bribe solicitation charges. The charges against Skelos and his son were detailed in a 6-count criminal complaint. Skelos is a Republican from Long Island and was accused of taking official actions to benefit a small Arizona environmental company, so long as the company paid his son. On Monday, Skelos said that he was innocent of all charges against him. He said, quote, "I know that I will not only be found not guilty, but innocent. I have absolute confidence and respect for our judicial system and utmost respect for our judges and our juries."
The high-profile Kenneth Stolle trial continued today in Ulster County Court. 27-year-old Stolle is charged with second-degree murder in the death of his girlfriend's 2-year-old son, Mason DiCosmo. The child died on August 5th from physical abuse that prosecutors and police say came from Stolle. He was living with the toddler's mother, Caitlin Wolfrat, in Milton up until the boy's death. As day 7 of the trial came to a close, the court heard from testimonies from neighbors, family, friends, and relatives of Mason. Investigators testified that Mason had various bruising and injuries all over his body at the time of his autopsy. Mason's bile also had trails of heroin in it. Stolle claims that the child sustained the injuries when he was left unattended and fell off his bed. Judge Donald Williams says that the trial is expected to conclude tomorrow. Ltcc News reporter Max Stoffel traveled to Washington, D.C. this week at the height of the new Supreme Court hearing on gay marriage. With more on the decision, we go to Max.
Well, I want to ask you, what do you think? Is this debate over? Do you think it's time to move on?
And affirm that I think same-sex couples should be able to get married.
Like asking somebody who's Jewish to start serving bacon-wrapped shrimp in their deli.
Why? Would you relax if people were telling you you can't be married to your wife?
that I was reading the next one.
On the steps of the Supreme Court, the gay marriage debate awaits a final verdict. The court is expected to hand down a decision on Obergefell versus Hodges, a case from Ohio asking for recognition of a same-sex marriage within the state.
The decision centers around this man, Jim Obergefell, who lost his partner, John Arthur, in 2013 to ALS. Obergefell has been battling in court for the right to his spouse's death certificate since. As the country shifts in favor of Obergefell and the millions of gay couples around the country, one lone protester voices her concerns.
Not because I hate them. And I started to develop the compassion for them and to just tell them the truth and love, that the Bible has a different direction.
However, Bo Rose sides with the majority of the country.
I'm a big believer that people deserve and need to have space to develop themselves and their own sort of like inside life in whatever way they choose.
Though there may be fierce opposition to gay marriage still lingering in America, come June, equality may be spelt G-A-Y. For Marist College, I'm Max Stolf.
Thank you, Max. 3 months after the deadliest crash in Metro North history, the family of driver Ellen Brody plans to sue the railroad and others for her death. Brody and 5 train passengers were killed in the crash that occurred on February 3rd. On the day of the accident, Brody's SUV was caught beneath a lowering gate in the train crossing in Valhalla. After inspecting her car for damages from the gate, she drove forward into the path of an oncoming northbound train. The family claims that the badly designed grade crossing should have been closed years ago, and that it is to blame for the death of the mother of 3. Aside from Metro North, the Metropolitan Transportation Authority, Westchester County, and the town of Mount Pleasant were also named in a court of claims filing.
2 suspects were killed last week after opening fire at an anti-Islamic art exhibit in Texas. The 2 men, who are now believed to have been working with ISIS, opened fire at the heavily guarded exhibit of a cartoon art depicting the Prophet Muhammad. The 2 shooters, identified as Elton Simpson and Nadir Sofai of Phoenix, wounded 1 security officer before being shot by police. Simpson had been monitored by federal agents since 2006 and was convicted in 2011 for lying to the FBI over the desire to join a violent Islamic group. We are going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll have your weekly sports update, including the conclusion of the long-anticipated Mayweather-Pacquiao fight.
Hi, my name is Nicole Muzamechi. I'm doing sports, blah, 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 blah. Does the sound great?
What's wrong with me? I keep messing up.
You got it?
Wait, can someone? Screen is straight, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Welcome back to LTCC News. We now go to Nicole Muzamechi for your sports update. Nicole?
Thanks, guys. So we have some exciting sports news for you today, but I'm going to start off with a quick NBA and NHL playoff update. The second round of the NBA playoffs are underway, and 8 teams are fighting for spots in the Final Four. No team has secured their spot yet, but things are sure to move along tomorrow when the Chicago Bulls tip off against the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Los Angeles Clippers play against the Houston Rockets. The Cavs and the Clippers seem to be the favorites in their series so far, but with round 2 just underway, it's still anyone's game. Moving on to the ice for NHL playoffs, 8 teams are facing off in hopes of making it all the way to the Stanley Cup. Our New York Rangers are still going strong, but definitely need to take back control from the Washington Capitals, who have been fierce competitors thus far. The Rangers play tomorrow at home, and we hope to see them move on to the next round. Now on to what people are calling the fight of the century, the match between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. The fight took place this past Saturday, and it was definitely a historic sight to see. The highly anticipated fight that was 5 years in the making may not have been as intense as people would have hoped, as there was not even one knockdown. But Mayweather and Pacquiao's pure talent in the ring shined through and proved that the fight was certainly worth the wait. Mayweather started off the pace fast and landed some significant hits, especially in the second round when he stunned Pacquiao with a straight right midway. Pacquiao seemed to take back control in the fourth round when he threw a volley of punches that had the crowd going wild. But it was Mayweather who took control in the final rounds and ended up defeating Pacquiao by unanimous decision, remaining undefeated. Lastly, in local sports, the Marist men's lacrosse team defeated the Quinnipiac Bobcats in the 2015 Men's Lacrosse Championship Final on Saturday and won their first MAC championship in 10 years. The Marist Red Foxes came onto the field determined to win and scored goal after goal to ultimately take the win. Senior goalie David Scarcello played a huge part in the Foxes' victory as he made many saves throughout the game and was named Most Outstanding Player for his performance in the net. Since Marist won the MAC championship, the Foxes advanced on to the NCAA men's lacrosse tournament, and their first play-in primer game was last night against Bryant. The Red Foxes took victory once again, proving that the underdog can come out on top. Their win moves them on to the first round of the NCAA tournament, where they will play Syracuse next Sunday at the Carrier Dome. That's all I have today in sports news. Tune in next week for more sports updates. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Nicole. Yesterday, an NFL investigation showed that the New England Patriots most likely deflated the footballs, causing conference-wide controversy this past season. Footballs with less pressure are easier to throw and catch. The report shows text messages between the locker room attendant and the equipment assistant that imply Brady's requesting of a lower inflation rate than normal, though Brady denied such accusations on multiple occasions. The report also shows that there is no evidence that Coach Bill Belichick knew about the deflation.
The Church Street fire in Poughkeepsie this Monday did not come without casualty. The devastating fire took the lives of a Poughkeepsie resident and 21-year veteran of the Poughkeepsie Fire Department, Timothy Gunther. Poughkeepsie Fire Chief Mark Johnson said Gunther began to complain about shoulder pain and tingling in his left arm when things began to subside. It was then when Gunther was rushed to the Vassar Brothers Medical Center and ultimately where he ended up passing away Tuesday morning due to cardiac-related issues. This is the first death in the line of duty for the department since 1971.
We now go to Ltcc's Caitlin DeLafaro for a local look on how Catholic churches are merging in our area. Caitlin?
As of August 1st, over 100 Roman Catholic churches will have come together to create new parishes. Today, St. James in Milton and St. Mary's in Marlborough are preparing for a merger all their own.
Am I square?
People of St. James have been absolutely wonderful, and the people of St. Mary's have been very wonderful in welcoming them. Just look forward to working with all the parishioners, having them come to Mass here on Sunday, and I think they kind of feel welcome at St. Mary's.
There is an understandable sense of loss for parishioners of St. James, for Masses and sacraments will no longer be held in their chapel.
I was baptized here just shy of 67 years ago. And Father Fred has done a wonderful job for us. He's been here approximately 28 years. I still feel very hurt about it, but I'm beginning to accept it. And I guess there's really nothing much we can do.
The highly anticipated merger comes straight from the Pope at the Vatican with his Make All Things New decree. For Ltcc, Caitlin LaFaro.
Thank you, Caitlin. When we come back, we'll have a look at your weekly weather update, and we'll take a look at what one local business is doing for our veterans.
Do you want me to go in there?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Come back to camera 2. Sitting immediately on the left.
Yeah.
Can you start reading, Caitlin?
Yep, are you ready?
Please, after weather, don't banter. Yes.
Thank you, Jackie. You may have noticed a dip in... Can you hear me?
30 seconds. Don't banter after weather.
You may have... Sorry, you may have noticed a dip in temperature during the middle of this week, but I have good news for you as we look at your weekend weather. Thank you.
Welcome back to LTCC News. We now go to Caitlin LaFaro for your weekly weather update. Caitlin?
Thank you, Jackie. You may have noticed a dip in temperature during the middle of this week, but I have good news for you as we look forward to your weekend weather. Thanks to a combination of humidity and sunshine, temperatures will climb into the upper 80s, and that means short sleeves, sunglasses, and sunscreen. Now let's take a closer look at your weekend forecast. Today, as I'm sure you know, it is beautiful out. We have a high of 83 degrees and the sun is shining. Tomorrow we will see some clouds, but there will be a high of 85 degrees. Saturday we will be stuck with those clouds, but temperatures will continue to rise. There will be a high of 86 degrees during the day, and temperatures will drop to about 63 degrees around 6 p.m. Saturday evening there will be a considerable amount of cloudiness and fog due to the humidity. So if you are headed home to surprise your mom for Mother's Day, you're going to want to account for some added travel time. However, Sunday will be beautiful, so go ahead and plan to spend Mother's Day outside. There will be a high of 88 degrees and only a 20% chance of precipitation. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Caitlin. One local business is helping veterans find homes. We now go to Elizabeth Naphy for the story.
In between these busy streets and sidewalks, there stands a tall brick building that serves more of a purpose than you think.
This is Liberty Station, a homeless veteran complex. In the past year, case managers have provided housing for veterans who have put their lives on the line for our country.
Crisis at hand, of course, is homelessness. Before the end of the year, we were at almost 100% capacity.
Veteran homeless problem is a serious problem, so I get to, help out these veterans. I've gotten pretty close with some of them, and I've seen some success stories.
On the back, I would love to do that. Right now, I'm kind of like the co-super of the building here. So that's kind of my way of giving back, even for this program existing.
There's plenty of them that now are working for Hudson River Housing.
Possibly long term, I wouldn't mind coming back as a case manager. It would feel good to come back and help some of the guys that are still here, even after I'm gone.
For LTCC News, I'm Elizabeth Naphy.
Thank you, Liz. A New Paltz man is charged with 11 felony counts, including fourth-degree grand larceny, after stealing his former boss's credit card and committing fraud. 25-year-old Jesse Halpern used a stolen card to buy $700 worth of merchandise from stores in New Paltz and Ulster. After an investigation, Halpern is also being charged with fourth-degree criminal possession of stolen property, second-degree identity theft, third-degree forgery, and petite larceny. He is currently being held in Ulster County Jail without bail.
After winning $100 million from his fight on Saturday night, Floyd Mayweather is now being sued $20 million by his ex-girlfriend, Josie Harris. Harris filed a defamation lawsuit Tuesday after claiming Mayweather lied in an interview saying she had been on drugs the morning of their 2010 domestic violence altercation. Mayweather was arrested in September 2010 after punching Harris in their Las Vegas home. Harris is the mother of 3 of Mayweather's children.
When we come back from the break, 4 new candidates have announced they're running for president in 2016. Stay tuned to find out who.
LTCC News. On Monday, Republican Ben Carson announced his presidential candidacy.
Now I've introduced my family. You say, well, who are you? I'll tell you. I'm Ben Carson, and I'm a candidate for President of the United States.
A retired neurosurgeon made the announcement in his hometown of Detroit and is the only African American to enter the presidential race thus far. Although Carson is considered a rising political star and is well known for his outspoken views on President Obama's policies, he has never been elected to a political office as of yet.
And Carly Fiorina also announced her candidacy for president on Monday during a live interview on Good Morning America.
Republican Party leader has been traveling the country exploring a run for president. Tweeted out last night that she's coming on GMA to make some big news. So welcome to GMA. Let's get right to it. Are you running for president? Why are you the best person for the job?
Yes, I am running for president. I think I'm the best person for the job.
The former CEO of Hewlett-Packard believes her business experience is what makes her most qualified for the job. In 2008, she was a member of John McCain's presidential campaign. Fiorina is the first woman to announce the Republican candidacy for this election.
On the Democratic side, Hillary Clinton has her first official challenger, Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont. Sanders is known for his progressive agenda, critique of big money politics, and wanting to reduce income inequality. Although he identifies as an independent in Congress, Sanders has announced a Democratic candidacy.
Most recently, former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee announced his Republican candidacy. The former Fox News host also ran for president in 2008, winning the Iowa caucus before dropping out.
The New York State Assembly unanimously passed a bill on Monday that would strengthen the state's equal pay laws. According to the Poughkeepsie Journal, the bill is more clear and specific than the current one as to reasons why male and female co-workers could be paid differently for the same work. A few of these reasons include factors like education level and job training. Any employer who violates this law will have to pay fees equaling 3 times the wage of their employees. In addition, employers cannot forbid their workers from discussing their pay rate. The bill passed the Senate, and Governor Andrew Cuomo is expected to sign it soon.
Last weekend, the streets of London were filled with joy as thousands of onlookers welcomed the newest princess, Charlotte Elizabeth Diana. The little royal graced the world on Saturday, May 2nd at a healthy 8 pounds, 3 ounces. To celebrate her arrival, landmarks across the capital like the London Eye, the Golden Jubilee Bridge, have been bathed in pink. The princess's name pays tribute to her family members past and present. Charlotte, the feminine to Charles, after her grandfather, Prince Charles. Elizabeth, a nod to her grandmother, the Queen. And Diana, in remembrance of the late paternal grandmother who passed away in 1997. She is, of course, the daughter of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, Will and Kate, and is fourth in line to the British throne, surpassing her uncle, Prince Harry.
As many of you know, this is our last broadcast of LTCC News for a while, so when we come back, we'll take a look at some of our best moments here on set.
Welcome back. As we come to the end of our last broadcast here at LTCC News, we take a look back at our best moments here on the set.
Good luck. You do great.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for coming in today, Jeffrey. I had a wonderful interview with you and conversation, and I learned so much, so I'm very excited. Thank you, everyone.
I need that video. I can't see shit.
She could not be. Oh, I knew there was a bow shot. Tell the prompt. Okay, I gotta read up. Oh.
Excited that the Ross in it, actually.
We are going to have a great weekend, everyone.
Good afternoon. I hope you're all having a great day.
Hey, Steven.
Ladies, back to you.
Yes.
Hey, I am quite a rare shade of red right now. Huge flip-flop wearer, so any weather where I can wear flip-flops, my favorite weather. I just get absolutely tired of wearing any pants.
That is a crazy story.
Coming up after the break, another reason to love Chipotle. Today's top stories on the ongoing negotiations between Western countries and Iran. Enjoy the weather. Thanks for watching.
Don't expect to see the stars tonight.
But tonight, do not expect any stars.
Don't count on seeing any stars either.
Senator Terrence Murphy spoke out on Sunday about what the local she could face up to 15 years in prison if convicted.
But now we kind of take that for granted, and so we're taking a step.
Is the video rolling? Dr. A. Ronan went on to say that
happy to be here, guys.
On Sunday, the New York Rangers and the Arizona Coyotes agreed on a trade that landed
Running for president. But who said her? Make sure to tune in next week for your national and Hudson Valley news coverage. I'm Amber Smith.
And I'm Leanne Brothers. Thank you for tuning in, and remember, when news breaks, we fix it. Have a great day, friends. On April 9th,
for the entertainer of the year. But that's all we have for you guys today.
Have a great weekend.
Enjoy the warm
I'm
weather.
Nicole Musumeci.
That's all I have for you guys today. Sorry about those technical difficulties.
Have a good evening, guys.
Enjoy the weather.
We are